Hey everyone, it's Byron. I'm here to testify for Jesus Christ. It's been a little bit since I made a video. I wanted to try to be more consistent, and the Lord had urged me to be more consistent. I have been working out lately, trying to make up for lost ground, and I've been really overdoing it. Today I went to the gym for the first time and just chilled out while I was working out. I feel much better. I wanted to cover a dream that I had last night. This dream is significant. It references Jeremiah 51:50. And Jeremiah 51:50 states, "Ye that escape the sword, stand not still, remember the Lord afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind." I want to reference another verse. I'm going to get close to saying this verse, or at least get to a phrase of this verse without looking it up. It's Psalm 17:13. Gosh, I got to go look it up. Sorry. It was Psalm 17:13, and it states this: "Arise, O Lord." This is David speaking. "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." David is actually stating in this verse what it appears to me: deliver me from the wicked person, God our Lord, that you, Lord, are using for thy sword on this earth. That's the way it comes across to me. This dream and that verse that I just read, I just stated Jeremiah 51:50, are very related. And I want to go into this. You got to realize I'm not going to name names in this. However, in the dream, I not only know these people, I went to school with them, spent time playing ball with them, and still have a good relationship with them. However, they're not going to be part of Jeremiah 51:50. They're going to be part of the sword as it has been relayed to me by God through dreams. I'm not saying that they're not, they could be a type, just, representing someone. But let me just go ahead and go into this dream, tell you a little about what came across to me last night. Let me get pulled up here. I dreamed Leanne's my wife. I dreamed Leanne and I went to a meeting that seemed like a city council meeting or press conference. I was seated at center stage with Leanne's left. A person who I know from all the way back from high school was on my left, seated as well, and then another was on Leanne's right. The person that was on my left kept moving away from me as if he was trying to create space, as if he didn't want to show an association with me. Another guy I went to school with stood up as the mayor of the city. He took the podium and began speaking at a meeting. As he was doing so, a steel beam fell from the ceiling right in front of me, and I picked it up and posed as if I were getting a picture made to show how strong I was to hold that steel beam up. Then some other event happened that I can't recall, and Leanne and I began to exit the stage, and when we did, we slid down a slide. It was like a river rock slide, the round rocks that you would see in a stream or near a river. And we slid down on a piece of canvas, like I don't know if anybody might be familiar with a GP small tent, but general purpose small tent. Anyway, military tents are made out of canvas, and we slid down on a piece of canvas that was like that. At the end of that, as I was getting up, I ran into a guy who wanted to roll that canvas up in pine straw. And he said he was new to the job. And I knew I could help him because I have experience with bedding in the field or in the wilderness, also with military. I actually own one of those tents still to this day. But then I went back for some reason. I went back in the direction that I had come from, back up that slide area. And when I went back, I came across this restroom shower facility, like one you would see at a pool where there's many people, or a gymnasium where many people could be facilitated in one place. I walked in there. Everybody in there was nude, either showering or taking care of some type of hygiene type business. And this included men and women. And then after I realized it was men and women all in the shower, I woke up. Now, that dream may sound crazy, but having had dreams like I've had in the past and also knowing the scripture, I want you to know that the Lord is going to use people for judgment. Some people during the judgment will go through tribulation and will die in the tribulation. The opposite of what I stated about Jeremiah 51:50. Jeremiah 51:50 states, "Ye that escape the sword, stand not still, remember the Lord afar off, and let Jerusalem come into your mind." Well, there are people that's not going to escape the tribulation that's coming. And this tribulation that comes here in the United States, the first phase of it is going to be internally produced, or people within the United States, civilian and perhaps even our military, not perhaps, yes, our military will do that. And that links to the Psalm 17:13 verse that I talked about, where God uses the wicked, or he uses people that he has created for dishonor as a sword to get on people. But then there's another place in the Bible that says, it's in Daniel, it says, many shall be cleansed. And I don't want to take the time to go there, but my understanding of the verse is people will go through trials in the end times, and they will be cleansed by these trials. And one of the dreams I did not record yet, I had a dream about broken mannequins in the back of my dad's old truck, which I ran for a while after my dad's passing away. And that goes with a dream all the way back from 2009, where I saw mannequins in the wilderness, and they were there because I called them dead works mannequins. They had been taught by false teachers that dead works had something to do with their salvation. And because they had their theology messed up, they were prisoners. This mannequin had on prisoner pants. I've seen prisoner pants before and other things. So overall, the scheme of maneuver, the idea of the dream, I believed I was being shown a representation of the Lord handing off people to me from a mayor of the city. And the mayor that I saw in this dream was not the current mayor of Decatur, Alabama, a different mayor. But anyway, a mayor of a city handing off to me those who will escape the sword. And that shower facility, it was, male and female in there, was showing they had been cleansed. And I'm going to tell you something. And I'm sure that it's difficult to understand this if you haven't been through hard times. Hard times will change your attitude to the point that you're ready to make changes in your life. And that's kind of the idea when I hear about the cleansing. You got some bad stuff in your life, well, we're going to heat it up and purge that bad stuff out, and that's going to bring you closer to the Lord. That was the overall idea. That's the overall idea I've gotten from my whole life. But I saw this dream, and the dream, this dream is consistent with other dreams. I have had dreams in the wilderness where I was managing people in the wilderness, helping them, survival skills as well as spiritually. So the times ahead are going to get tough. And the theology that man has ran on here for a while, talking about pre-tribulation rapture and things like that, you might as well just take that and toss it out. There will be a rapture, but it's not going to be before tribulation. It's going to be after tribulation, but before God's wrath. Now, God's wrath is, plagues and things that are supernaturally imposed on the earth, just like it was in Egypt. That's his personal wrath, but he also uses people, uses armies to invade countries. Just like I read about there in Psalm 17, verse 13. he uses that as his rod or his sword against uh, people that need to be corrected, and that's coming. So, if you consider me, I would love to be able to tell people some sweet thing that would cause them to really just, oh gosh, every time Byron talks, he just makes me feel so good. But literally, the way the Lord has worked on me, He has me fixed to where I only tell the truth that as I know it. And guys, the truth is not good for the United States. The truth, we're in for a rough ride. And there are people I know personally that I went to school with. There are people who are part of the sword. They're going to help wield the sword, and they are proud to do it. So it's very dangerous stuff here. So anyway, I'm gonna let you go. I wanted to share that. I wanted to try to catch up on some other dreams I've had here recently. But this is a situation where God is preserving some people, and He's going to do so after a period of tribulation that will prepare those people or cleanse those people for the after shock that comes to the United States of America. I'll see you.